Okay, because we're gonna have a moral today. Now
Well,
we're
are we?
live.
There's going to be a
Yeah,
moral?
the moral of this story is always double check before you click send.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
Mm.
You wouldn't want to send, weird things to people who wouldn't expect it from you.
Oh my god. But you should know me well enough to expect anything by now.
Well, absolutely. That's why it's not a big deal to me. You're the one you're the one that's freaking out.
Oh my god. Okay, good morning everyone. It's August 12th, 2022, and we're gonna
Right.
go live with this shit.
Well, yeah, might as well. Hit that intro.
Your favorite podcast, it's Critical Plus.
Good morning, Daphne.
Good morning, Nita. It's Friday. It's Friday, and I forgot to put my recycling out, so I have to
Oh
wait
no.
till next week. I'm just happy that the weather is now in a way that my office is naturally 84 degrees.
Oh my god.
As
I
opposed
don't
to
even
needing
know.
to run an air conditioner to to its wits end, to get it that way. Oh, hey, Mike Jimmy. I thought you had received Oswald already, because I know that you received the Tall Tales, which
He was having problems with delivery.
right. Well, it's like oh, there you go. I mean, yeah, it's you know what? That's always something when self-publishing and having to deal with printers on your own and whatnot. It's a it's
Good
that's
morning,
just par from
guys.
the course. Yeah. Yeah, so who's in the chat today?
Okay,
We know
so
Mike
of course,
Jimmy's in the
Mike
chat.
Jimmy Marv V popped in and said he's not going to be able to make it.
Oh
So have a great
no.
day.
Uh-huh.
Ryan's in the chat. Tanner's here this morning, and Jody McPhee.
Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome. Yes, and welcome to the 4 people who are watching us from regions beyond. So I guess we might as well just get this Friday started. And hello, everybody. My name is Daphne Lage, and I am a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and I am known for the funny animal fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which is now available in the Netherlands, thanks to Mike Jimmy and
Bigger,
Fairies
better,
and
and
Yeah, no, really, it's like it's an oversized
I
production and
know.
everything. So I'm really excited. So yeah, so if you're listening to this show on the continent, yeah, hit up Mike Jimmy and he'll get you copies of Tall Tales to you and the Oswald Chronicles. But and we could talk about that later. I am also known for my medieval fantasy soap opera drama, Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which will be launching on Kickstarter August 22nd. The Volume 1 collection, collecting issues 1 through 4 of the series. I mean, I still can't believe that we're at that already. And and the closer we get to it, we're exactly 10 days away. The closer we get to it, the more I'm freaking out over it. But hey, I'm trying to keep a calm, cool demeanor here. So,
Hold your unicorns, Lage.
Yeah, I know, really. So in the meantime, you can check out both my comics online at Tall Tales, TAILSonline.com, and eagleworks.com, EGOWORKS. Links all in the show notes. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics on YouTube on my channel at Daphne Lage, Lage Art, which also simulcasts through the Ragin 2 network. So make sure you hit all those subscribe buttons, all those notification bells, so you get notified whenever any of our shows go live. And take it away, Nita, and your Twizzlers.
My name is Nita Lanning. I am a writer, vlogger, blogger from Southeast Louisiana. I am a toxic male with a vagina. Woo!
Oh no! I know it's been a long week, but dang. But so how's the new chair coming along, Nita?
Oh my God!
So
okay. So
besides
the point, besides the point that I feel like I need to put a ring on it. It's been going great. Let me tell you a story, okay? So it has a massage pillow with it, and I plugged in the USB, and I put the lumbar support pillow all the way to the base of my spine because it's that's where it always bothers me. Right. And so I sit back, right? Oh my God! Yeah, I am a total Karen with a dick, or without a dick. But my Jimmy's Karen with a dick. But anyway, I put the lumbar support pillow all the way at the bottom. Well, apparently it lined up with the metal just perfect, so that whenever the vibration started, it really wasn't in my back. It went through the seat. And it was kind of like one of those moments where you kind of jumped up and was like, "Man, you got to buy me a drink first." Fuck.
Wow, so it's like
now the lumbar support pillow is on the fucking floor where it belongs because we can't do that live.
Well, of course not. Yeah, but I mean, it's all you need is heat function, and you'll be all set.
This is it's fucking solid, and it's like a mid-level fucking gaming chair. It's not a higher tier or anything, but it has a metal frame, and I bounce like fucking crazy, and I'm not a little thing.
So hopefully this thing will last more than 6 months.
I think the last one only made it 3.
Yeah, I know, right? And it's not like these chairs are cheap either. So far, this one's pretty good so far. I only had to buy a booster because it doesn't line up with my drafting table very well. But with the computer table, it's perfect. So obviously that's what these are made for. They're not really meant to be drafting chairs, but so we do what we need to do. So hopefully that chair lasts for. So how's the office thing going? So are you kind of done? Are you still waiting for lights, or that's coming later?
I have more lighting.
That's phase 2.
Yeah, there's a phase 2. I've got more lighting coming. I've got more pink liner coming. I still have some stuff out in the bedroom because I'm building these little shelves underneath here to put more books on. And so there's still work to do. But it's functional now.
Right? Yeah. No. Yeah. Everybody tell Nita how pretty her office is with the matching pink vibrating chair. And the thing is, though, you didn't know it could do that, right? You just saw a USB plug and you didn't know what it was?
No, I didn't know at all. The reason I went for this chair was because I thought I liked the span of the armrest better.
Right.
And because I stem a lot, it looked more solid than the other choices in some of the colors. And, because as an adult, the chairs aren't designed to hold up somebody who's trying to fucking jump around at 140 pounds.
Right.
And so, it was, but and this one would look bigger, it was more solid, and it had the metal frame instead of the clipboard type material.
Yeah.
So, but no, I did not know it had a massage pillow until I saw the USB port, and I was like,
what does this do?
Yeah. Thank God we weren't live.
Well, yeah, I know. That would have been a tad awkward.
It only been awkward for a moment. You'd like
just a little
after.
bit, yeah, just a little bit, yeah. We would have been monetized by now.
Oh my god, yeah, totally.
Oh my goodness. But this is a serious show here.
Oh, yeah.
We're a very serious show. So speaking of my Jimmy, if you're watching, I finally it took me forever to find these. I don't know why certain sizes of top loaders. Yeah, I know, really. It's like, I don't know why certain sizes of top loaders are so hard to find, but I finally got 9x12 top loaders so that
nice.
I can now finally display my copy of Life on Korra that I did the cover for. And of course there's like hella reflection on it, but you guys get the idea. Yeah. It's like, so I have oh yes, the new update. Well, it's tastefully censored. So when I did my office, what I decided to do was that, because I put like so many holes in the previous iteration of my office, that when we redid the walls, I go, okay, I'm gonna get like clear shelves like Nita has there, and display books like that. So oh really? Okay, so so I've just been like saving certain shelves, knowing that I'm going to put stuff on it. So this is going to be one of them. So I'm going to put it on my wall there. So a little modular, art collection going on the wall there. So it's like I'm not putting nails in anything. So I'm trying to find top loaders for everything. So, but it works out, So thank you, Mike Jimmy, for this opportunity. So
another alternative to holes, if you run out of trays or if you just want something to lay flat, is now that you're putting them in top loaders, you can get tacky wax, the stuff to mount posters.
Oh yeah, that's true, right? You can just stick them on the back and then bloop, there you go. So you say that there's a whole bunch of ways to decorate,
glowing and magical.
It's like, look, I don't want to get anybody in trouble by putting up the uncensored version. So, you
can totally send it to me and I'll do it.
Right. Okay. Because, Facebook is weird. I mean, it's like I've seen people, put up some raunchy stuff on Facebook and get away with it. And it's like, like Olivia, has something with like barely a nip in it, and people are flagging her for pornography. So,
well, I mean, look, the last House of Bob, I ran completely an uncensored image, but Karen Nicole had like a fraction of areola showing, and they fucking hammered me for that one.
Right. I mean, it's kind of, so it's like, so I'm going to do the little censored rose petals flying strategically. Okay. I mean, with a stronger plastic, I have no idea. I just bought whatever was available on what became available on Amazon. This is obviously for like photographs and whatnot, because it doesn't, because it's like, it kind of distorts a bit, because it's not meant for this type of. But when you see it on the wall, you don't notice it. So, I mean, the whole thing is just for me to have it kind of like protected and stiff like this, so that I could just put it on the acrylic shelf and not have to worry about it like bending over and whatnot if I didn't have the thing. So so another thing though, so major announcement. The first batch of the Tall Tales Kickstarter pledges are officially out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, it was like, it felt like I was taking like 300 pounds worth of books to the post office. Because it's like, like trade paperbacks, they're really easy for me. But yeah, when you get those 4 of them together in one order, it's like you can kill somebody with the box.
Right.
So I got most everything out. Now it's just to pack up everybody that has that bought the Silvermane toy, that has sketch covers, and any other special add-ons, and I'll hopefully be done, because Oswald is coming in today.
Yep. Oh my God.
And everything. No, it's like we're getting JD's campaign, the books for his campaign are coming in today, which means that I got to get the dining room table cleared up so that he can start fulfilling. I mean, it's like we're gonna have to kind of like I'm probably gonna have to go to Home Depot and pick up like a table for downstairs for the basement, so that whenever we have fulfillment at the same time, we'll just like we'll have like two tables to
yeah, because y'all are going to be crossing over each other a lot, especially as busy as you're going to be, and then with Tall Tales, right? And then the fact that he just random.
Yeah, he just randomly. He has a campaign almost finished, so watch out, Nita. So we don't know. It could be, could be next week.
It could be tomorrow. God, I swear.
It's like whenever he feels he gets that itchy finger, he'll just like, oops, I have a campaign ready. So the first batch of Tall Tales books are out. So hopefully everyone will start getting their books by next week. And so I don't have that much to go because I really want to get all the Tall Tales books out before Eager even starts.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Like I said, it's 10 days away, and I'm like, my holy crap already, Also, another thing, I have been, hey, John, I have been inking furiously. I already sent out the first 8 pages to the flatter to get flatted. So at least issue 6 is on a good trajectory. I'm feeling good about it. I mean, I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I'm close enough that I'm still kind of calm about it. So hopefully I can get another 2 pages done today and just keep the momentum going. So speaking of Kickstarters, right? So I came across a question. It was more like a comment. I would like to give a shout out to Arthur for this comment.
I love this.
Because it's like, especially with convention season, with conventions coming back in full force. I mean, I don't think that I need to even mention that. I mean, I think pretty much conventions have been kind of back to normal for a little bit. And it's like, and now it's like, okay, so we have conventions coming back. We have all these Kickstarters that are still rolling along. So here was the thing. So Arthur was talking about how he was at a convention. I don't know if it was over this about a couple of weeks ago. This thing was, I just kept forgetting to mention it. And he was at a convention and he saw a creator there that he had supported on Kickstarter. And he was selling, I guess, the comic that he was kickstarting at the convention. But as far as anyone knew, he hadn't sent anybody their pledges yet.
Oh, not cool, bro.
So all Arthur commented in his post, he didn't mention any details. He just said, it's like that he saw, it's like, like he saw this guy selling his Kickstarter book at a convention when he hadn't received his copies yet. And of course that was the conversation. It's like, so what's your take on this? Because obviously we're probably going to see more of this.
Okay, first of all, if I supported you on Kickstarter, I helped kickstart you, I expect my shit to at least be shipped before it's at a table for a cheaper price.
Right. It's funny. That's what he brought up too. But it's like, but it's actually, those are two different things. But let's kind of like talk about the first part. So this is kind of like Kickstarter etiquette, or at least it should be part of Kickstarter etiquette. So you support a Kickstarter, turns out, and then it's like you go to a convention and you find, now I guess it can be safe to say that it's considered bad form to offer up a Kickstarter book at a convention when you haven't fulfilled your campaign.
Oh, absolutely.
So now here's the thing, because someone else in the comments had brought up a point that I guess the way they order books, sometimes they get their books before a Kickstarter is even finished. And I guess they order books in advance or something or whatnot if they just order like a certain amount anyway.
No, I don't care, because the whole purpose in Kickstarter is supporting the whole, bringing the project to life. I mean, that's literally in part of the slogan somewhere. Bringing the project to life. Okay, if I'm helping you bring that project to life and somebody else gets to touch it first, no, I'm not going to carry a baby, push it out my fucking vagina, and like somebody else gets to hold it first. No, fuck you.
Right.
Like, it's rude. It's rude. You wait. I mean, it's one thing if you've got the books in before you go to the convention and you're in the process of shipping or whatever, you know, that's okay. That's understand. But if you have not even begun fulfillment, that's kind of tacky, bro.
Right, because there's a distributor that I always sell books to, and I always make sure that he's the last person to get his books. Like, because I don't want him selling the books before everybody else gets their copies. So, yeah, I'm aware of this, but at the same time, though, it's like the least this creator at the convention should have done is he should have given his local pledgers the opportunity to pick
them up. Yes.
You know,
Okay.
I mean, because I kind of think that that's kind of the middle ground. Like the other person who was saying that they print their book, like I guess they print enough books that they're not confined by how many they sell on Kickstarter, but so they can print them in advance. But at the same time, it's like he says he doesn't want to not have product for the show. Like the whole point is to be still selling these books. So would you say that I guess like a proper compromise would be still having the book at the table?
Still having the book at the table, yes, with the option for people who are local to pick it up. But here's where that's not fair as well. Because what if that person doesn't have the money to go to the fucking convention? Right. And they've already supported. Are you going to come meet them in the fucking parking lot with their shit? Because, I mean, I think you should if you're going to do that.
Right.
Saying. I'm kind of a cunt when it comes to that, because it's like you're saying that you need my money to help you bring this to life. I help you bring it to life, and other people get it in their hands first.
Right. I mean, because also the thing is too, and here's the thing though, it's not that, you know, I'm trying to excuse anything or whatnot, because it's like I said, this is kind of like a new thing that, again, it's like we're going to have
You're on a made-up continent. We're talking about states.
We're talking about real places. Yeah. We don't even know if the Netherlands exist.
It doesn't. I've checked. Look, when I walk all the way to the end, there's nothing but water. No land to be seen.
Yeah, you know. No, wait. So but what was the comment? I was too busy laughing at your comment. It's like that he had the
Radiant site that he's literally shipping tomorrow. Okay, well here's the deal. I hope you updated your campaign. Wait, no, it was on Kickstarter, Indiegogo. Wait, I don't know. You've been on two platforms. I'm confused right now.
Yeah, exactly.
But with Kickstarter, you go in, you update, you bring, and then you like, hey, the books are in. Show me my baby. Let me see that bitch first.
Right.
Fuck, it's mine. I may be overseas. You know, Daddy had to go to war. Whatever.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Shit.
Right.
Like, but show me my. I want to see it before other people.
Right.
If I helped you bring that project to life, then you made me a part of it by telling me that. So let me see it first.
Right. But yeah, I guess this is like kind of like I said, like it's not that I'm trying to find excuses. It's just that this is a whole etiquette thing that's kind of like a lot of people are going to learn this the hard way. Hey Sam, a lot of people are going to learn this the hard way until we create kind of like a standard, you know, as to what's acceptable behavior when these streams start crossing. Because the thing is, here's the thing too, because it's like when you talk about, like, you know, we've supported Kickstarters, and there's a lot of things that you also get with the book on a Kickstarter that you're not going to get at a convention. You know?
Yeah, but you know what? That's just, to me, that's bells and whistles, because I am backing for the book.
Right.
That's extra. I have 3 drawers of shit that have never even come out of cellophane.
Right.
Now, I know some backers are all excited for the little extras, but I want the material. And what makes it even worse is you got a lot of assholes who will fucking jump and do a review the second they get a book. Now, so you mean to tell me I fucking supported you before this project was even fucking born, and somebody else gets it in their hands because they went to a con on impulse, picked it up at the fucking table, and now here they are giving me spoilers online. That's bullshit.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I didn't even think of that, you know? It's like, yeah, you have people who get the book first who are, you know, yeah. It's like, you know what? I didn't even think about
Hell,
that.
I've seen people do fucking brief reviews at the fucking convention on the fucking floor.
Wow. Okay.
So no.
Right. Interesting. No. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. And yeah, but you know, and getting to the second point. Yes, absolutely. Crowdfunding communication with supporters is the most important thing. Yeah, it's like, you know what? Yeah, because especially the way a lot of people, you know.
Patrick, how about don't tell other people the sex of the baby before you tell the daddy, okay?
Oh, well, you know. You know, I mean, well, you know, put it that way. Yeah, I guess. You know, it's kind of like, oh my goodness, it's kind of like how, you know, it's kind of like, you know, nobody wants to learn about the death of a family member in the news.
Right,
you know, that type of thing, you know. Right. Now getting to the second part, because that's the thing that Arthur also mentioned. The whole thing about, yeah, we're going to be selling the book at a lesser there you go.
So there you go. So
if anybody wants to do that. So yeah, because usually now the thing is though, Kickstarter has always gotten a lot of every creator on Kickstarter has always gotten some kind of shit for the cost of what they sell the books for.
Right.
You know, it's like they're, you know, and the thing is though, I never thought that was fair because the comparisons was always to a Marvel or DC book. Oh, I can just walk into a comic book store and get a book for $4.99.
No, because here's the deal. I've never had a problem with paying the higher price point with a Kickstarter because I am supporting the creator. Right. I am supporting you bringing this project to life. I am supporting you going to print. I am supporting you printing out more copies than just the copy that I am fucking buying. So that you can take those and sell them at the convention. All the more fucking reason I'm going to get mad if you're fucking selling them cheaper at the goddamn convention. Right. And I haven't seen mine first.
Right. Yeah.
Just saying.
Right.
They kind of tie together. They kind of tie together.
Well, right, exactly. Especially since Arthur was saying that not only was this person selling his Kickstarter book at the convention, but he was also selling it at a less expensive price point than what 90% he paid of the time. For on a Kickstarter. Which again is kind of like, yeah, you know, it's like I kind of think that's yeah, it's like, yeah, but that's also, yeah, exactly. It's like, that's why you're paying more, but you're also getting more too. I mean, that's kind of how I look at it. And also the thing is too, is that like the fact that he's selling the book for less expensive at a convention. I mean, that assumes certain things. It's like, because it's like I was like saying, it's like, well, you know, again, Kickstarter is a premium experience. This is boutique shopping that you're doing. These are books that you'll be lucky you'll see them the first time. You know, it's like much less, you know, we've talked about it. You know, it's like people who they do the one issue on
indie creators can't count past one.
Right, exactly. You know, it's like, and you're and if they even get past that, if they even get to a trade, you're lucky. You know, so kind of like so yeah, and the whole thing, and then you get all these extra things that come with it or whatnot. So yeah, so I think that most people kind of accept the fact that Kickstarter books are going to be more expensive.
No. Absolutely not.
Oh, no. You know what? That's true. It's like, because that's had happened. that we have supported Kickstarters that they never delivered. They never did, or it's like they're taking
if
forever.
If it was the fault of the creator, I will never touch the product again.
I mean, it's like, yeah, and it's like, and there are people now that they could put out, they could be pressing all my buttons, and I go, yeah, but it's you. Yep. I wouldn't spend a dime on it. Like there's a company that I've 2 years. I ordered this book. I supported this book pre-pandemic, pre-lockdown. And I still haven't received it. And the only updates now, mind you, the book that I bought, that I pledged for, right, wasn't the main thing that the Kickstarter was based on. Okay, so it was kind of like a side project in this campaign. The campaign was actually to fund an animation thing, which technically they did. So I can't say, well, you didn't fulfill your pledges, because technically they fulfilled what I was kind of technically. There's a lot of technicallys in this. That's what kind of makes it irritating.
Technically sounds like it was bullshit to begin with.
So, but I bought this book, and to this day, the only updates that I see is that the artist doesn't have the time to put it together.
Oh, no.
Which means that I am never, ever, 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 ever going to support this company again.
Nope.
Because it's like, no, you don't tell me that. And the thing is, though, and it's not, you see, and in the end, it wasn't really a lot of money.
Got my nerves all bad.
It's long paid for, but it was really, and I wasn't going to sit there, and let's just say I wasn't going to sit there and fight over $25, But the thing is, though, is that, okay, but you're never going to see another dollar from me ever again. Mm-mm. I mean, it's like, we know people who ran Kickstarters are 5 years out and still haven't fulfilled it. And yeah, you better believe if we ever see them at a convention, we are not spending a dime on them. So yeah.
That's right. And one of them's got his dick shoved down so many throats, it's ridiculous.
I mean, so yeah, it's, it's just, yeah, it's because it's like, they're just, there just comes a point where it's like, okay, bro, you're bad faith. You're literally taking advantage at this point. So, but yeah, but my whole thing, yeah, exactly. But my whole thing was the fact that I am not, okay, because it's like, yeah, it's like when I take, like, Eagle Raven's $10 on Kickstarter, an individual issue plus shipping. Mm-hmm. But when I take the issues to a convention, after everybody gets their books, of course, after everybody gets their books.
Because you are the queen of etiquette.
I'm not selling that issue for $10 at a convention. I mean, it's bad enough trying to get people to even look at a book, and then it's like and then it's like, I'm not going to say this one issue, even at 32 pages in full color, is $10, when they can go to the dollar boxes and pick up, they can pick up, Marvel throwaways for $1. It does, really, John. I mean, it's like everybody who doesn't fulfill their campaigns and pulls like really shady shit. I mean, even though Kickstarter, the letter of the law is that they're not it's like they're not a fulfillment. It's like this is not like a warehouse. I
don't give a fuck. I'm going on the creator's word, not Kickstarters exactly. And that.
That it's like, that you're pledging at your own risk type of thing. That's kind of like an investment rather than you're buying something. That may be the letter of the law for Kickstarter's legal reasons, but it's not the spirit of Kickstarter.
Right.
That's the thing, and that's what they're taking advantage of. That's what they're kind of like, oh, well, it's like this might as well be a GoFundMe if all you're going to do is just run off with the money. You could have just put up a GoFundMe and called it a day, but no, you want to say you're putting out a book, and then you want to say, well, technically Kickstarter says that it's I could not, it's like that it's not my responsibility to fulfill. It's like, well, no, that's you having that's you making a bad faith interpretation of their rules. You know, it's like if I pledge to your campaign, I'm expecting to get something for that pledge.
Can I also put this out there while we're on the topic, kind of, sort of?
Of course.
Okay. So like you said, it's $15 for a copy of Ego Raven, and you go to the convention and you sell it at a reasonable comic price. I really want to put this out there. Some of you fucking clowns going to these conventions with your 24 and 32 page comic books for $20 fucking dollars. Y'all got to stop that shit.
That because they're trying to sell.
That's Kickstarter price,
right?
That's we are paying that because we are helping bring your project to life, right?
Oh my god, are people really selling?
Yes, they are. There's one dude in particular. It's like, bruh. When I went over there, I was like, I want this, this, and this, and I almost said the name just now. I want this, and this, and then it was 3 fucking 24-page comic books, okay? And he was like $65 fucking dollars, and I'm like, oh wait, what? Right,
what? Yeah.
What? It's like, no, bruh, no, I'm good,
right?
You
know, because I mean, even that, I mean, we don't even. I mean, because at a convention, I mean, we sell everything. Not only do we sell things, yeah, I know, really. I mean, even for $65, you can for less than $65, you can get all of our Tall Tales trades at a convention.
For $65, I'm gonna get all your Tall Tale trades, and I'm gonna feed a kid in Africa for a year.
Right? Yeah, like, exactly.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's like because not only do we have the books at individual books at a discount, but usually we have like kind of like a bulk discount on top of everything. You know, so it's like, you know, it's like, oh, the you know, it's like, okay, so we sell the trades for like, I don't know, $15 a piece at a convention,
and that's trades.
You know, yeah, these are trades. You know, but if you buy all 4 of them, you get even a bigger discount or something. So, you know, actually, I think we sell them for $20. We sell them kind of like for cover price.
This is why we leave your indie creators tables and go to the toy section,
right?
Okay, like. Because if I'm doing that, I'm going home with a motherfucking sword, bro.
Right, yeah. You know, I mean, it's like, it's just kind of, you know, so I understood why the books would be cheaper. But, because I did ask the question. I don't know if I missed his answer or whatnot. I asked the question, if you had gotten your books first, this was in context to the pricing.
Right.
If you had gotten your books in the mail first, went to the convention and saw this guy selling the same books at a discount because he's at a convention, would you still have been salty about it?
Oh, hell no, I wouldn't have. Okay. Not at all. Not at all. Like, I would never expect to show up at a fucking convention and pay fucking Kickstarter costs. Like, like no. But like I said, I'm backing the creator as well as the project. I'm supporting the creator, but I do expect to see the project.
Right. Yeah. You know. So, okay. So it's like, so I guess it's like, so actually the real moral of the story is that if you run a Kickstarter, get people their books first, and then the general public can get their hands on it.
Right. Absolutely. That it's only fair, really. And even if that means, okay, your books came in or on their way in, you haven't got them yet.
Right.
I'm sorry for you if you feel like you have to take that to the convention. If you do that, you're crossing a fucking line. You really are, because you're taking away that moment of nice. You know, that I helped this along type. Mm-hmm. It's a rewarding thing, especially if it's someone you like and you follow. Like when I would be pissed at you.
Huh.
Like I would totally be like, oh fuck Daphne.
Right. Well.
You know.
Context.
See, I was okay until you did that.
Right, yeah. So, you know, but the thing is, but even I would find that rude. But I guess it's like,
well, it is because we paid premium out of pocket, hard-earned fucking money for this, and then you're going to turn around and sell it discounted to people before we even get to see it. It's just, it's really, it's rude. Mm-hmm. It's inconsiderate.
Right. Now, here's a trick question. Trick question. What if, because, you know, if we're just talking hypotheticals and you know, what if it was like a book, but the campaign hasn't started yet? What if we go backwards? like what if like for example, using myself as an example,
Okay.
I was doing some proofs, but I hadn't put together the campaigns yet. And I had a convention, and it's like, you know what? Let me take these proofs and kind of see how people react to them.
Okay, proofs and previews are not an issue.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you were printing out full books and you brought them to a convention table and sold them for $6.75, and then you took those same books and you wanted to run those on Kickstarter, that would piss me off.
Mm-hmm.
Because
there's
not
a
new.
line.
It's not supporting the creation of.
Right.
It's proofs and previews are different.
Right. Okay. Because I've done that. Because it's like, it's just to me, it just felt like part of the proofing process. It's like, okay, do they like that? It's kind of like that, And then it's like, it kind of like gives me like, okay, like how are people looking
because
at it?
Because that's going to be a limited amount. Right. Not everybody's going to be getting their hands on it.
Right.
And it helps you get a feel for, is this worth it?
Right. Or it's
people,
like,
are people going to want this?
Right. Yeah. Or if there are changes that I have to make according to what I've seen at conventions.
Right.
So kind of like
that wasn't the case. What happened here at all?
Right? No, that was
fucking
not.
Kickstarter book, put it on a convention table, and sold it for half the cost of the fucking books that people had backed already, and that's shitty.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So that's the moral of the story. Send out they're called rewards for a reason. Send out the campaign rewards first, and then you can do whatever you want afterwards.
Right.
It's like I don't even put copies on my store until all my rewards are out. So I'm speaking of proofs. Yeah, that's also something else that's coming in today. I have my proof for Eager Raven issue 5 coming out. I'm proofing some of the variant covers, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how that looks. It's like, I got to keep it moving. You
don't stop, Lage.
I can't, man. I mean, it's like, I don't know. Like I said, it's like I've been running on this momentum, and it's like I'm terrified of stopping. Like, I think that
Jose got you hooked now.
No, actually, like I don't. It's like I guess it's because he hires people to do things, to do a lot of the art and whatnot, and his only lament is that he can't hire more people. So it's not like he has. I mean, he has to write, but it's it's like. It's just everything, it's just, I don't know, it's just there's always something that we have to stop for, and whether it's fulfilling, whether it's putting together books for the next campaign, getting proofs out or whatnot. I mean, and it's like, oh wait, it's like I still have to ink in these next 2 pages. They're not going to ink themselves. So it's just so I'm looking forward to these proofs coming in. Yeah. Oh, speaking of coming in, I almost forgot. Well, I wouldn't say it's an unboxing because I've done unboxed these already, but this is kind of like an extension of, I think it was last Friday where I had ordered the Xanadu collection, not Olivia Newton-John Xanadu.
No, the real Xanadu.
Yeah, it's like God bless, it's like we're gonna miss her. It's like icon.
She's got chills.
Movie
They're
icon.
Multiplying.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, too soon.
Yeah, I know. Too soon. No, so when I got the Xanadu trade paperbacks from Ed Zolna last week. So this week I got another extension of that. So when I was talking about books from back in the furry days, it's like, oh man, it's like a lot of these books, I remember these books, are they ever going to see a trade paperback collection? Are they ever going to be reprinted again? And one of the books that I was talking about was Jack Salem. Jack Salem, a collection that Roz Gibson had done. I mean, she's been doing this book since the 80s. And and it turned out I had just missed her Kickstarter campaign by a couple of days. But luckily, I was able to contact her. I was able to get to order the books from her Kickstarter, and I got them the other day. So this is one of them. It was actually a collection of 3 books. So
nice.
this is the complete Blacklight. So this is one of the major Jack Salem stories. So Jack Salem is this character here. He's like a furry serial killer. Um, let's see. So here we go. So like I said, this is the complete Blacklight, which is the story here, and it says, okay, the first time in one volume. The sequel to the classic furry comic Escape to New York, which that's the one I remember when I first came into fandom. Actually, I got to ask her if that's collected in a trade. Blacklight finds the serial killer Jack Salem on the run from 5 government agents sent to track him down. Jack has the help of a mysterious but very powerful benefactor who gives him a specific job to do in exchange for that help. But the stakes are much higher than any of them realize, as both Jack and his pursuers find themselves caught in a decades-long conflict between the immortal scientists that shape their world. And if Jack succeeds in his task, he will unleash a monster no one can stop, which is saying a lot because Jack is a monster in and of himself. So, so these are the original. This is the original comic from 80 something. I would have to look. Let's see. Yeah. So as you can see, it's kind of like more of that cartoony style. What's funny is that I was like really looking through this, and it reminds me of, I mean, stylistically they're different. Stylistically they're different, but it's like her book reminds me of Oscar Martin's who's it, Cannibal Wasteland or something.
Yeah.
And in terms of tone and everything. So I just found that right, yeah. So I just found that kind of interesting to see the two. So I was really glad to get these books. And yeah, what's funny is that in the back of this, she has story notes in the back. Where she literally goes panel by panel. It's like, so I'm a little curious as to what these story notes are. Let's see, it says here, these story notes are meant to be a fun behind-the-scenes look at the creative process that went into the story. This includes some inside jokes, character cameos, story background, and research notes. Let's see. One thing that will become clear is that there are a lot of music references in this work. There's no deeper meaning, which is funny because, like in Eager Raven, it's a lot of my movie. There's a lot of movie references that I put in too. So, I guess we're all the same type of nerd, Let's see. Let's see. When did she do this book? Okay, she doesn't give the original date. I just remember this from the 80s. I mean,
like 80s.
80 something. And then the other 2 books that came with it was, I guess, some of her short stories. Like City of Ice is another collection that I remember. So this is Jack and Harpy, which, let's see,
87.
87. So it's like more of Jack Salem there with his
that looks so fun.
Yeah,
see, that's Funny Animal. I get it now. Okay, all right. See, that was something that since it was really before my time.
Right.
My time was straight furry before fursuit furry.
Right.
It was furry art, not Funny Animal.
Jack Salem, ultra violence there. And that was the thing. It's like I said, it's like there were 2 things that always gets everybody's attention. It's either the sexy stuff or the ultra violence. And Roz Gibson was all about the ultra violence. This one is a separate story. She didn't draw this. It was another artist, David Hopkins, because this style is even more cartoony. I mean, this one, yeah, so it's like you can see it's a lot more cartoony than Roz Gibson's.
See, I love that.
So it's like, so I was just really happy to get these.
Sex and violence.
Yeah, exactly. Sex and violence. There's no in between. So yeah, so I was really happy to get these books. I'm looking forward to like really reading them. But it's just nice. It's like, I don't know, it's really funny. It's like once I got Xanadu, I got these. Right. And it's like, wow, it's like, I feel kind of a little calmer, about, having these stories back in my collection. I think that if there was another book that I would have to look up to see if they did anything with it, was it was a book called Cutie Bunny by Joshua Quagmire.
Oh yes.
So I like, yeah, it's a complete Cutie Honey anime spoof, but with a bunny girl, and she goes on adventures with this like really sexy fox girl, and and Bob Hope and Bing Crosby show up for some reason. They have an entire adventure with Bing Crosby and Bob Hope. So so that would be another one that I would look up to see if there's a trade paperback of, or a collection or something. Just to I don't know, just to have that back in the collection. There was another book called Red Shetland by Jim Grote, which was a Conan, Conan's, because it started off as Equine the Uncivilized, and then of course there was a Red Shetland spin-off, and yeah, so that, I don't know if I know that there was at one time I was invited by another person who was trying to revive Red Shetland, but he couldn't get the rights from Jim Grote. Like, Jim Grote says, no, I'm not interested in redoing and doing anything with it. And it's like, suck. So it was kind of like that. So I don't know if Jim Grote ever decided to do anything with it after all this time. Oh my God, what? Like, right, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, so I don't know if there was like anything else, because that's the thing. It's like you can get like really, really obscure, in kind of like the furry / underground scene. And it's like, it's kind of like when we interviewed Dan Fogel, who did the Underground Comics Guide. And like, this guy has books in his collection like you didn't even know existed, because it's like people would like, it's like they would just like make zines of their stuff and hand them out at shows. Like that was like the closest they ever got to being published. It's like, have copier and a stapler will travel, right? So yeah, so it's like, so there's like so much stuff that it's just like that we'll probably never see again, unless somebody has it in their collection and decides to make them public, or if the creators themselves going, it's like, you know what, Kickstarter is a brand new avenue for me. I can bring this back, and just collect the work and whatnot. It's, yeah. So I don't know. It just feels nice to have these back in my collection. I just wish that, like, for Xanadu, it was like a newer collection, only to tell me that it's still continuing now, as opposed to like, oh, I'm picking up books that actually came out in '92. It's like,
right.
The actual books. These are reprints. So so I'm hoping that she does more. Like I said, I hope that she does Escape to New York, so I'll have that, like, together with Blacklight, and have that story going. But yeah, but that was pretty cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, that's always been a thing. Yeah, that's always been a thing. Like, here, they used to be called Tijuana Bibles. It's like, I mean, it's like, look.
Oh my God, I had so many of those, but then I was like,
people have been fantasizing about cartoon characters since the dawn of time. So it's like the first cave painting came with the first guy who did fan art of that cave painting. So and just a little, we're almost hitting the end here. So just a little thing too. So for everybody running Kickstarters and whatnot, and it's like, yeah, I know it's always a grind. It's always it's like it's that never ending momentum that you have to keep, because the internet is fickle. And it's like if you don't just keep putting yourself out there, it's like, it's almost like everyone's more than happy to like forget you and move on to the next person. So I just want to tell everybody that it's like, when you run a Kickstarter, because I've started doing this just to kind of like keep my sanity, every time I do a Kickstarter, I complete a successful Kickstarter, I always pick up one frivolous thing to kind of like, kind of like congratulate myself for completing a Kickstarter. Because like, everything that I do, everything that right, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Everything that I do, everything that it's all about, getting the books out and the Kickstarters, and it's like, everything, like even, like even these, it's like it's part of the research process, it's part of the inspirational process. But they're just, I think that it's important that we at least stop and do one thing that has nothing to do with that. Take a little bit of money from the Kickstarter, just and just like treat yourself to something that is just like so frivolous and so stupid, just to reward yourself for the hard work, just to kind of remind yourself
after you fulfill, don't be an asshole.
Absolutely. Make sure you fulfill first, and you're not affecting anything, It's like, I know that we all like to goof on George. He made $5,000 and then he went to a 2-week vacation in Greece.
Hey, but that dude sent me his shit.
But the second he came home, we all got our books, so it was all good. We know, George, you did not spend the Kickstarter money on Greece,
But we know people who have
spent
the Kickstarter money. Then they went on vacation, they took pictures, and then all of a sudden they're so sick they can't fulfill.
I mean, there's a lot of people who do that. I mean, it's like, Kickstarters is really what is the easy way to find out how crappy a business a lot of people are. They've never seen that type of absolutely.
I had a box from the 50s and 60s of my grandfather's, and I just did not realize the treasure I had when I let it go.
Yeah, exactly. So last time I did Eager Raven, the thing that I splurged on was my Mondo American Psycho poster. That's awesome. I know that's like I've posted photos of it on my Facebook and whatnot. So I splurged on that. It wasn't much of a splurge, but it was just like a little something. It's like, what? I was holding off on getting that. So, so this time for a good Tall Tales campaign, well done. So I got myself a new monster. I got myself a little limited edition Googie Mon from Super Plastic. They opened up a Soho store recently, so they put out this limited edition Googie to celebrate, and I just had to get them. So I picked them up with his little clear sneakers and his little clear serial killer mask, and his little bag full of X's, which me and Jose could kind of figure. Yeah, they're literally X's. There are all these X's. And Jose kind of figured, because like, so obviously when he hatchets somebody to death, he puts little X's on their eyes, and it's like, I guess that makes complete sense to me.
Whatever.
So that's my little reward for a Kickstarter well done. So it's it's stupid things like that,
it's all of the above, Patrick.
Right.
All of the above.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like, you see, and that's the thing too. Just because someone's a big name doesn't mean they're more trustworthy. Because that's the situation that I'm in now. I backed this campaign, I backed this company, because like, they've been running campaigns all this time. I didn't know I was going to spend the next 2 years plus waiting for it, especially if they're going to give the lame ass excuse that, she just hasn't had the time to put together the book yet. It's like, what the fuck is that? It's like, what are you telling me that for? And honestly, I think it's kind of ballsy in a bad way.
It really is.
Like, what that kind of tells me is that they think, we'll just be outright just saying that, but no one's going to say anything. You're all going to put up with it.
But we don't. We talk mad shit.
So.
And we won't back you again.
Right, exactly. It's like we just won't back you again. And when that book comes in, I'm just going to toss it in JD's pile. He can have it. I could care less.
Yeah, because you don't want anything coming after it. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
It's trash. That's how I feel about another book.
Right.
Another book.
You see, that's the thing. I mean, we're only offering warnings, but this is not a teacher. It's like, it's not what, it's not what we do. It's like all we can tell you is that always look at their previous campaigns, look at their comments section, because usually if their stuff is late, people will be more than happy to post it.
Oh yes, go in the last update.
Mm-hmm.
Fisher.
Yeah, so so that's it's just what it is. It's like that's the thing. You kind of have to take a chance on the first one if you really like a book, but once you gauge a creator by how they fulfill, there's some other books that I was more than happy.
Those are the worst ones, though.
That it's like, I really wanted to support these guys and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm sitting here like...
You see, it's one thing if it's the first time creator who didn't understand, who didn't have the concept, as long as they're keeping their backers updated. But we're talking about, in the instance that's got you pissed off, and in this totally separate instance that has me pissed off, professionals who have done this time and time again. They know what all is entailed.
Right.
And you're just supposed to fucking sit back and take it and wait.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
And that's why, in the end, I have this really strict rule. No Kickstarters until the book is finished. It's like... And I kind of had to amend that to like, okay, make sure your book is 90% done. Can you completely finish it before the Kickstarter ends? I mean, it's like, because people go, oh, I can't work that fast. It's just like, look, it's like if I have to wait a year and a half to get your book was nowhere near ready. It's like that's absolutely ridiculous, because it's like by a year and a half later that money is gone, and it's like, look, Kickstarter pays out its money 2 weeks after a campaign ends.
No, because
every week that comes after that payout is a higher chance of the not getting fulfilled
ever.
It's like, really, it's like, because once that money happens, that's why I tried to get all the orders done after the Kickstarter. A couple of days after the Kickstarter ends, I tried to get the orders done. So by the time the money comes in, I have the books coming in too. Sometimes there's no control over that, considering, whatever is going on right now. If you find a bad experience with a Kickstarter, less Kickstarter projects. No. Well, that's support. It's like me doing Kickstarter and me not supporting other Kickstarters are two different things. Because my whole thing is that it's more important for me to do Kickstarters and not be like that than cut off the platform altogether.
And overall, the experiences with Kickstarter tend to be good. In fact, most of my lack of fulfillment is actually coming from Indiegogo.
Right.
Yeah. However, it has happened with Kickstarter, but it doesn't stop me from backing projects simply because the majority do deliver.
Right.
It's that one or two here and there that drive you batshit fucking crazy.
Right. And you see, and here's the thing though, it's not just one or two, because it's like, what I've noticed is that it's 1, it's 2, it's 3, it's 4, and they start adding up.
And they do.
The campaigns that don't fulfill start adding up, and it's like, honestly, I think that, especially if they're getting books done in China and whatnot, I think that especially, like, I'll give some leeway in terms of printing and whatnot, but it's like, honestly, once you hit the 6-month mark, honestly,
that's
the
ridiculous.
chances of getting something fulfilled is almost next to zero. And I hate to say that, because there's a couple of books I'm still waiting for that I would still like to get, but you can be sure that it's like, oh, I'm not doing this again.
Right.
You know?
Like I have one book right now I've been waiting on, and the campaign, he'll fulfill it when he fucking feels like it, because he just is at that level of status now, which is really big fuck you to your fan base.
Right, yeah.
But, yeah, no, Indiegogo, like, Mike Jimmy said, Indiegogo, like, it tends to fulfill way later. It does.
Right.
However, way later, 6 months down the road. Okay, how do I word this without sounding like a cunt? Okay, right. with most projects on Indiegogo, they give you an estimated date of delivery.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, and sometimes it's set a year in the fucking future. And if I'm going to back that campaign, that's fine, because I saw that I'm not getting that book for a fucking year.
Right.
But when a year comes around and I still have not gotten that book 15, 16, 18, 24 months later,
right.
The fuck you.
Right.
Fuck you, dude. You're done.
Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, and even then, it's like, really, bro? It's like, you're going to take a year to make this. You want the money now, but you're going to take a year. Like I said, because it's like, how do I know you're even going to be able to ship properly? Because all the money's going to be gone by then.
Right.
You know, so it's like, you know what? It's like with anything, was it Kavit Emptor or something? You know, it's like buyer beware. But you know what? I think that there's more people that deliver that don't, but it's just the ones that deliver that don't deliver that ruin it for everybody. So don't be that person, you know? So let's watch.
Whoever said that to you, Hojo, unfollow them dumb fucks.
Yeah.
Seriously, bro, because you're doing it right.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's how I do it too. It's like my book is complete. Like, look, I'm getting proofs today for a campaign that's not going to be ready till the end of the year. You know, but I'm getting proofs today for them. So the book is complete. My trade, I've had a proof for the Eagle Raven trade paperback since last year. You know, so it's like, no, that's you know.
And you kept your fans constantly updated.
Yeah.
You were always open, completely transparent.
Yeah.
You didn't fucking have a campaign that was supposed to be fulfilled a year ago, and you haven't done an update since last April. Just saying,
exactly.
Bro.
Yeah. So there we go. So that's the moral of the story. Keep your fans updated.
Yeah, I'm getting worked up, Daphne.
Watch your Kickstarter P's and Q's. You know, always, you know, it's like always fulfill first, then you can do whatever you want with the books, because that's just the right thing to do. That's why.
Show the baby to daddy first.
Right, exactly. You know, and just because Kickstarter says something for their own protection doesn't mean that's the spirit of what Kickstarter is. If you just want to raise money, do a GoFundMe. You know, just literally beg for the money. You don't have to pretend you're putting out a product, you know, and then rush it out or whatever, just because, you know, and you know what's funny? And we've had that happen too. We've had people who were like on the verge of looking like they were about to run off with the money, and then they print some crappy version.
They screw that shit together, and it's not. It looks nothing like the campaign, and it doesn't make any sense.
It's just like, it's just a really awful book, just so they can say they shipped it.
Right.
You know, and got something out. Like, you could tell they used lower quality paint. Like it was just like, you know, bro, just do a GoFundMe next time. Just beg for the money. Don't pretend that you're a creator.
Don't be lured by garbage books.
Yeah, I mean, it's like don't, you know, it's like don't do that, you know? I mean, yeah, mind your P's and Q's. Mind, you know, it's like that's really what it is, you know? So on that note, any final words? You know, any final words on that?
No, we're good.
Right. Yeah, that's good. So here we are at the end of another show on a Friday. So I just want to thank everybody in the chat for keeping it busy, keeping it real, keeping it sexy. I'd like to thank the 9 people who are watching us right now. Thank you again for spending the hour with us, listening to us babble. Yeah, you know, it's like sometimes it surprises
me. We appreciate our voyeurs.
We do. We appreciate all of you. You know, and yeah. So, you know, so there you go. So on that note, Yeah, so if you want to see more of my artwork, learn more about my upcoming campaigns and all of that fun stuff, you can check out my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites. But I mostly post to Facebook. That's where you can find all my sketches, work in progress, updates, the whole nine. Also, don't forget to check out my channel at Daphne Lage, Lage Art, here on YouTube, which simulcasts through the Ragin 2 network. And and don't forget to sign up on the egoworks.com for my monthly newsletter, where you get free comic PDFs for you to try out, Eagle Raven and Tall Tales and the Oswald Chronicles for free. And you get notified and updated on all my projects, and including, seeing whatever artwork I'm up to, crowdfunding campaigns, the whole nine yards. It's a newsletter. You guys know how that works. So, Nita, where can the peoples find you?
Everywhere you can find the Ragin 2 banner. I can be found on Facebook as Nita Lanning. I can be found on Twitter at C_chaos247.
Yeah, there you go. So thank you again for joining us on this much cooler Friday, as I'm trying to get the nice breeze from outside into the house and air out this place. So in the immortal words of the ancients, remember to eat your food, to moisturize, to mind your business, literally and figuratively, and do the work. Because when you actually do the work, you never have to fake your accomplishments. And really, there's nothing more gratifying than looking at your work and seeing that, yep, this is real. I did this, and really, how can you trade that for anything else? But here we go. So on that note, I will see you next time.
Saying, live your motherfucking life. You got to get your motherfucking hustle. Understand niggas is going to hate you regardless. Get that out of your head, that fantasy world where niggas ain't hating on you. You got to be grateful. You need haters. What the fuck is you complaining about? What the fuck do you think a hater's job is? To fucking hate. So let them motherfuckers do their goddamn job. What the fuck is you complaining about? Ladies, if you got 14 women hating on you, you need to figure out how the fuck to get to 16 before the summer get here. The fuck is you mad about? Fellas, if you got 20 haters, you need 40 of them motherfuckers. What is you complaining about? If there's any haters in here right now that don't have nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me. Sit back there and say my hair ain't luxurious when you know it is, bitch.